The old debate of zooms versus primes. What is the best? So the answer is pretty simple. These days, there isn't much difference, to be honest. And yeah, if you're pixel peeping, maybe sharpness across the board edge to edge is slightly softer. There might be a bit of chromatic aberration, fringing and things like that. But in all honesty, you can sort of get away with just using a zoom for most things. And in actual fact, it makes your life a lot easier because you don't have to worry about changing lenses to get, you know, to use like the 85mm or something like that, so you've got more space. You can just go run and gun, shoot with a zoom, and the images are going to be fine. And that's a good thing these days. Even back in the day, I don't think the zooms were that bad. Obviously there were like some more trade-offs as such, but yeah, I think now we can sort of not be so sort of, I think the best way to sort of, you know, like a lens snob and say, oh, you know, I only shoot with primes, I've only got, you know, a 24, 35, 85, those are, you know, yeah, if you're a commercial photographer and you pretty much just shoot 85mm, yeah, get a prime lens, you know, that sort of makes common sense, rather than having like 2 or 3 zoom lenses. And that's another thing with the zoom lenses, you know, the majority of things most people shoot, unless you're, you know, of that demographic which does like say sports photography and like football, that sort of thing, or you do wildlife photography, a 24 to 70, 70 to 200 is more than enough for most people. So I think don't get too hung up on about, you know, primes versus zooms, because I think, yeah, if you want the best glass possible and you want, you know, a fast one like an f1.4, then yeah, get some primes, and if that's the route you want to go down, do it. You'll be paying top dollar, and you know you're not going to see too much difference between if you've just got a 24-70 2.8 or even f4, to be honest. Now I know there's a lot of you which will probably be sat there going, oh, but what about noise, you know, because I can't shoot at f1.4. Well, I've said it in other videos. I think if you were, say, doing a close-up portrait or something like that, in actual fact, even if it is dark, yeah, great, f1.4, but you're going to have nothing in focus. And so, for instance, if you were doing a portrait, you need more in focus. So you really need to, if you're that close, be it sort of like f5.6, f8, maybe even slightly above that, to actually get the context of what you're shooting. And even if you are shooting at high ISO, just like, you know, in weddings and things, and especially in weddings, I used to get hung up as a beginner about, oh no, you know, I can't shoot above like ISO 1000 or whatever it is, you know, irrespective of the camera. But these days, cameras are really good at handling noise. And even if they're not, and you know, even on like the R5 I've got, the colors do get muddy and you get some really weird shifts in there which you sort of, you know, have to correct. Well, you don't have to, but most people wouldn't notice. But with the denoise function today on Lightroom, and then there's obviously other programs, it's so good. As long as you don't crank it right up and it looks sort of like AI, you can get away with it. And with a bit of noise in an image, it doesn't matter anyway, because it's about capturing it. So don't get hung up about noise and about how fast your lens is. I think moving forward, it's actually quite versatile now just to use a zoom lens. With the R5, which I'm filming this on today, I predominantly use a 24 to 70, and that's it. That's the only lens I've got, and I've got the 100mm macro because I do some specific ones where I do need the macro function. But that's all you need. Save some money. As we always say, efficiency is key. Make sure you're subscribed. Affiliate links below. I will be back tomorrow with some more pieces of advice, and I will see you soon.